Here we are in Istanbul. We're at the domestic terminal in one of the airports, and today we are flying to
Cappadocia.
And the airport's pretty packed, a little bit warm, so if we look gross, sorry about that. We are waiting in line to get on the bus, which will take us to the airplane. It's about an hour and 20 minutes flying, so we'll be coming into Cappadocia tonight, maybe around 10 p.m.
Welcome to Cappadocia!
Today we are out here to check out this historic, well-known place in central Turkey. It is 89 degrees Fahrenheit. We are melting, but it is totally worth it.
We are in the small town of Goreme in Cappadocia, and today we are going to check out the Goreme Open Air Museum.
This is where Christians actually used to live during the Roman Empire when they had to hide actually from being persecuted. So we just arrived here at the national park, and you all saw that fire truck heading up to the top of the hill. You can see that there's smoke coming up from a fire. It looks very, very close, so we're going to keep an eye on that for sure.
Cappadocia's surreal landscape of towering rock formations was formed 60 million years ago. A combination of ancient volcanic eruptions, volcanic ash, and erosion formed what we now call the fairy chimneys of Cappadocia. Some of these impressive pillars are as tall as 130 feet high, or nearly 40 meters.
So there's not too much known about the Christians who lived here, but what is known is that around the 2nd century AD, Christians lived in the mountains here because they were suffering persecution during the Roman Empire. The first place that we went to is called the St. Basil's Chapel, and you can actually see some bones that are still buried in there.
I guess people were shorter back then. I think it's really incredible that it's like 90 plus degrees outside and boiling, but the minute you step into one of these caves, it feels so cool and comfortable. This is one of the top attractions in the Open Air Museum. It's called St. Barbara's Church. This is called the Pantocrator Church, and we didn't realize when we first stepped in, but below us are actually the tombs of children and adults. We're now at the Dark Church. It costs 30 Turkish lira to enter, and it features some of the most well-preserved frescoes in all of Cappadocia. What I find interesting about this church is that it was used as a pigeon house, so there were pigeon droppings everywhere, and it took 14 years of scraping off pigeon droppings to reveal the beautiful frescoes inside.
That was incredible. We hope you liked the Goreme Open Air Museum just as much as we did.
But now it is boiling hot here, so we're gonna head out and go find some lunch. Something we've learned while traveling is that cab drivers often have the best recommendations. We were just taking a cab back from the Open Air Museum, and he recommended this restaurant called The Viewpoint. It already looks great. There's a bunch of garlic hanging from the ceiling, and you can smell it. It smells so good.
And just check out the views at the top of this restaurant.
we got so much food. I think the portions here in Goreme are a bit bigger than in Istanbul. So we ordered a beautiful seasonal salad. I got some mushroom tortellini. We got this is one of the traditional Turkish dishes. It's basically really thin dough wrapped around some traditional Turkish cheese. And Gabe got a sizzling mushroom cheese saute. Everything looks super flavorful and hot, so let's dig in.
As not only are we super full, but we're super satisfied. That was
And super sleepy.
yeah, well, that's kind of normal for you, I think, right? That meal was so high quality. At first, I wasn't so sure because sometimes these super touristy places, the quality's not so great. But this place was just way past my expectations.
This map shows different regions in Turkey and the different patterns that they make for the carpets.
I understand definitely with the pattern which region making, and also 22 years my experience. I understand with the color about age how old. Maybe you can guess my age. I look in the color, I can guess around 70, around 60.
This is the oldest carpet that you have here.
Yeah. More than 150 years old. The white color, like this.
This carpet is over 150 years old. How many years have you been collecting all of these?
Also my father's job. I have also 20 years son, so I give my son. This is my family job. 1961, 60 years ago, my mom making this one. That's very special for me. This is 60 years, still good condition.
So this is the kiln. It's how they make the carpets. The shop owner, is a super nice guy. He's invited us to check out his special carpet room and take some photos in it. So let's take a look. You can just tell that this place has so much history in it, so much culture in it. I love it. Guys, so we finally did it. I cannot believe we were able to find the perfect Turkish carpet to take back to Chicago with us. We got an unbeatable price. In Istanbul, it was way out of our price range, but it seems like in Cappadocia, these kinds of things are just way cheaper. And the owner of the store was super friendly, gave us some tea, let us take some photos downstairs, and he just sold us the perfect carpet. So if you find yourself here in Cappadocia, make sure you come out to Curvan. So if you've been watching our channel for a while, you'll know that we started in Guatemala back in 2019. And the reason we chose Guatemala is because of a channel that we follow on YouTube called Tread the Globe. And, you know, walking down the street here in Cappadocia, guess who we just bumped into?
You can't blame us.
It's been lovely to meet you guys, and we're so delighted that you are inspired, living your dreams and traveling.
And now you're inspiring people to do the same thing.
Thanks for watching! Don't forget to like and subscribe if you enjoyed this video. Be sure to stay tuned for more adventures in Turkey.